planes flying overhead monasteries, bombing the monasteries, which is actually how the book starts, with the bombing of the monasteries. It shows Chinese soldiers pulling down statues of the Buddha. Right here, an image of scripture burning. A Chinese soldier here chasing at gunpoint a Tibetan monk, right? As the pillars of society in terms of both institutions and also the leaders were attacked, the people decided to start fighting back, right? Both men and women, just ordinary people. The Tibetans had very old rifles, basically, that they'd gotten from British India, and they had knives. The Chinese had airplanes. Right? They had machine guns, they had modern weapons, and the Tibetans had very antiquated ones. There was also a vast discrepancy in the scale of the armies. Tibetans had women in the thousands, China had them in the millions, that they then decided to create a formal army. The world did not know, right? It wasn't announced to the world that the Dalai Lama was trying to escape, right? It was kept entirely secret. And scholar and writer Jamyang Norbu has stated that if it wasn't for Chushi Gandru, right, the Tibetan exile community would not exist. Going to be secret forever, but that a time would come when you could tell this history. So it was like it was being postponed, it was being held. And finally I came on the idea of arrest. Is the history arrested? What's the reason? So one, the Tibetans didn't win. Two, it involved the CIA, so it was secret, right? Everything involving the CIA, is secret. Three, when you have a politics of nonviolence, it's difficult to narrate a history of war. And it's about internal politics. It's about the politics of community. India and Nepal basically were in some ways in a position, especially Nepal, to have to do what the US asked. I think we're still in the period of release. It's not full. The relationship people have to the Dalai Lama.